The friendly fish and the brave seagull. Once upon a time, in the clear blue waters of a peaceful bay, lived a small, friendly fish named Bubbles. Bubbles was no ordinary fish. He was curious and loved to make friends with everyone he met. But there was one friend he dreamed of having more than any other, a seagull. Every day, he would watch the seagulls fly high above the water, their wings gliding through the air, and wish that he could join them. One bright morning, as Bubbles was swimming near the surface, he saw a seagull swooping down, catching fish from the sea. Bubbles watched with wide eyes, admiring how fast and strong the seagull was. He wished he could talk to the bird. But he knew seagulls and fish didn't usually become friends. Suddenly, Bubbles noticed that the seagull had stopped in midair, hovering right above him. "Hello, little fish," called the seagull. His voice was friendly and cheerful. Bubbles blinked in surprise. Hello. My name is Bubbles." "Who are you?" "I'm Gulliver," said the seagull, landing gracefully on a rock nearby. "What are you doing swimming so close to the surface? Don't you know that fishermen come here to catch fish like you?" Bubbles swam in a little circle, his fins twitching nervously. "I know, but I like it up here. The sunlight is so warm, and I love watching the clouds. I've always wanted to be friends with a bird like you." Gulliver chuckled. "Most fish would be afraid of me, but you seem brave. Why would you want to be friends with a seagull? Because seagulls are so free. You can fly wherever you want and see so many places. I wish I could do that too, but I'm stuck in the water." Bubbles sighed, his tiny fins flapping slowly. "It must be so nice to have wings." Gulliver tilted his head. I never thought about it like that. But you know, Bubbles, being a fish has its own kind of magic. You can swim deep in the ocean and see things that I'll never get to see. Maybe we can learn from each other." Bubbles' eyes sparkled. "Do you really think so?" "Of course." Gulliver flapped his wings and then leaned closer. "But you have to be careful today. I saw some fishermen nearby. They have big nets, and you could get caught." Bubbles shivered. "Oh no. What should I do?" Gulliver thought for a moment. "Stay close to me. I'll keep an eye out from above, and if I see any trouble, I'll warn you. We'll stick together and help each other. What do you say, partner?" Bubbles smiled. "That sounds like a great idea." "Thank you, Gulliver." From that moment on, the two new friends worked as a team. Gulliver would fly above, scanning the waters for fishermen, while Bubbles swam below, darting through the waves. When a fishing boat appeared on the horizon, Gulliver quickly swooped down and warned Bubbles, who would dive deep into the ocean, far away from the dangerous nets. One day, as they were playing near the shore, they heard a loud splash. Bubbles peeked out of the water and saw a big net being thrown by the fisherman. It was heading straight toward him. "Bubbles, dive deep now!" shouted Gulliver, circling above in panic. But Bubbles was too slow. The net caught his tail, and he was trapped. "Help!" Bubbles cried, struggling to free himself. Without a second thought, Gulliver swooped down, grabbing the edge of the net with his beak. He pulled and tugged with all his might, flapping his wings as hard as he could. The fishermen were pulling the net in, but Gulliver didn't give up. "Hold on, Bubbles. I'll get you out." With one last mighty flap, Gulliver managed to tear a small hole in the net. Bubbles wriggled through just in time and swam deep into the water, far from the boat. When it was safe, Bubbles resurfaced, panting and trembling. "You saved me, Gulliver." "I don't know how to thank you." Gulliver landed beside him, his wings tired but his heart full of joy. "We're friends, Bubbles. Friends help each other, no matter what." From that day on, Bubbles and Gulliver became the best of friends. They played together every day, teaching each other about the wonders of the sea and the sky. Bubbles learned to be careful and stay away from danger, while Gulliver discovered the beauty of the deep ocean, and so, they lived happily, side by side, knowing that true friendship means always being there for one another. The end.